Welcome back to Kevin's Woodworking. Today we got you another banger. We're going to be doing simple and easy Christmas projects. Some of them are going to be out of scrap wood, some of them are going to be out of new wood, but we're going to make them as easy as we can. Stay tuned, let's get into it. Y'all know what the first thing is, putting them safety glasses on. Now we're ready. First project is going to be out of a scrap piece of a 4x4. We're going to make us a little snowman. First thing we need to do is measure out a piece of it. Let's start out with, let's say, a foot. Speed square. It's only speedy if it's close by. Appreciate that guy in the comments. Let's head to the miter saw. Let's cut this bad boy. Alright guys, so now that we got our first piece cut, that's going to be our bottom. And remember guys, when you're doing this stuff, have fun with it. It's for Christmas, you know, just have fun. Everything in woodworking doesn't have to be perfect. That's why we're here. We're showing you that. Just have fun. So our second piece, we're going to do, let's just put them together. Say probably 7 inches on this one. Make our mark, and we'll head to the miter saw. Now that we got our second piece cut, we're going to go ahead and line up for that next piece. Let's see here. Let's say 3.5 inches on this one. Like I said, guys, main thing is just have fun and be safe while you do this. Put that line, let's head to the miter saw. Alright guys, so now that we got our 3 pieces cut, this is how it's going to be put together. So for right now, we're just trying to get a measurement. So take that, we got another little piece of 1x2 that we wasn't using. I just made some more of those games out of it, the ring toss game. So we're literally just going to put this up to here. Does not have to be perfect. Make us a line that's close enough. And we will make us a mark and go to the miter saw. So now that we got our 4x4 pieces cut, our little piece to put on the back, like I said, this could be anything. I mean, you can use any type of wood. You're just putting it on there so it stays together. We're going to run some screws through it. Get them lined up however you like it. Take you a screw. Alright guys, so that right there is a little snowman. Obviously, it needs a little bit of love, so this is when you take your time, put some paint on it. But I think we might try to put a hat on it real quick. Alright guys, so now we're going to install his hat. So we got this little cube right here out of the scrap pile too. It came out of a 2x2x12 piece of pine. That's all I really wanted to do with that. There we go. So now our little snowman has a hat and he's looking good. Like I said, now the only thing to do is paint that bad boy. Alright guys, so this is what our snowman's looking like. As you can tell, you've seen the buttons we put on, but then we got carried away. Went in and put them eyes, nose, mouth. Got a little bit of black chain as a scarf. Now he's looking legit. So now it's time to move on to the next scrap build. But just check him out. Let's get into the next one. Alright guys, so for this next one, we're going to be making a little sleigh. We got this scrap piece of plywood here. It's like a 1/4 inch thick. And we got a little 1x3, I believe it is, that we use for the base of those ring toss games. So all we're gonna do is mark this piece out. Just like that. We're gonna cut it on our scroll saw really quick. All right, guys, so now that we got our sides, we're gonna put them up here and see where our board ends off with. So, right there, and we're gonna go to the miter saw, go ahead and cut this out. We'll be right back with you. All right, guys, so now we got our 2 side pieces, our base. I put a little bit, I think it's a 30-degree little edge on there. Now, we're gonna put this bad boy together just by using some of these screws. Move on to our other side. There we go. Almost slipped away from me. So now we got this. All we need to do now is add a little back to it. All right, guys, so I went ahead and cut out the back of it with the scroll saw out of the same piece of plywood. So now we're going to install that. All right, guys, so we got the back of our sleigh on there. Now we just need a little simple little seat in there. It's gonna be an easy little fix. We're just gonna take this and cut like a little inch off of it and we'll lay it in there. All right, guys, so we got our seat cut out. So all you gotta do with that is just drop that up in there. Oh. We cut that out of the same 1x3, so that's why it fits in there perfect. Same thing with this right here. So this right here is just another little piece. And we're gonna put that down in there like this. Now we will send a screw through that one. All right, guys, so we got our seat up and in our sleigh, and then we went back and we added the bottom. I forgot all about that, so we got the bottom in there. We just did some holes like that and put the screws in. Simple as that. Like I said, once you get everything nice and sanded and painted up, you have you a nice little Christmas build right here. So after saying that, let's get into the next one. All right, guys, so our next build is going to be another snowman. It's going to look a lot better than that one. This one actually isn't with scrap wood. I went ahead and went to Lowe's and got all 3 of these pieces of wood here for like, I want to say it was probably like 30 bucks, something like that, $35. And then I just got another piece of this, a little 1x3. So got all of this right here. It's going to be very simple, very quick, very easy. So we're going to jump right into it. So we got our pieces right here, all 3 of these. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to lay them out on your workbench or wherever you're at. Lay them out. One there. And then I'm going to place another one at the top for his head. Make sure I got everything nice and fairly lined up. Which it looks like it is. Looks like my head might need to scoot over just a touch. Right there. And now, all we gotta do is slap this bad boy in there and run some screws through it. So once you get all of your screws just like that installed, your snowman is now ready. Let me see if I can body him. Just like this. Now all that's left to do is to make a base. I think we're going to do that out of a 4x4. Alright, so for the base, we're just going to measure out to cut a little bit of this extra off. So I'm leaving a little bit more than 4 inches since we're using a 4x4. We're just going to mark that with our speed square. Hit it with a little clamp and make that cut. Alright, so we got our scrap piece of 4x4 right here. We're going to flip our beautiful snowman over. Put him up like that. We're going to use something to put up under here. Help us screw it in. And then we're going to get it lined up to the middle and we're going to sink our screws. So guys, after we put that one on there, we tried flipping it over. It's trying to fall on its face. So we're going to take two 2x4s, little pieces that we cut out of a piece we just had laying around. We're going to add them to the sides. So we got our 2 side pieces on here. Now we're going to see if I can body this thing. Let's see if she stands. Oh! There you go. There's your nice little snowman. You might as well have me take my shirt off and sit right here. I mean...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She looks pretty good. But yeah, so yet again, I'm just going to show y'all how to build these things. You can decorate them how you want to, paint it, put your little hat on there, whatever you want to do. But this would be nice for a good outside snowman, have on the front porch or something. That's our snowman. Let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, so now that we got the sleigh, our other snowman, and our big snowman, we're going to try and make a cool looking Christmas tree. You've probably seen it before. This is going to be my first time attempting it, so we're going to see if we can do it here. We're going to have this as the base. It's just a bowl blank that I picked up from Rockler. So that's going to be our base, and this is our dowel. We'll put that in here, and then we'll slide our pieces of pine on there. So first thing we need to do, try to find the center of this the best we can, and go ahead and glue up our dowel, cut it to what size we want, and put her in there. So let's get on it. So guys, to find the middle of this, we ran the tape measure across it, figured out it was 8 inches. So then we just took our speed square and made several lines. So we got right here in the middle, and we could measure around that 4 everywhere. So that's how we found that. And then we're looking to make this tree a little bit over 2 foot. So we just made a mark because this is 3 foot long. And we're going to put probably like 1.5 inches or so into this. So we made a mark at, I believe, 26 inches. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out and start drilling our hole. So guys, when you're drilling this, we got to make sure we're going to try to stay as straight as we can, because if we go in there crooked, our tree's going to be a little bit crooked. So obviously I don't have a drill press, or I would use it. And I'm also trying to show you a video where you can use pretty much every tool. So we're going to try to go in here as straight as we can and see how good we are. There we go. So now that we got our hole drilled, we think it's straight. We're going to go ahead and put some wood glue on the end of our dowel here. Smear it over. Might drop a little bit into that hole. We're going to wipe off our excess. a little shop towel here. And there we go. We're gonna let that dry, and as that dries, we're gonna go ahead and take our pieces, start making our cuts and figuring out how we're gonna do this. All right guys, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make our first piece that's gonna be at the bottom, 16 inches. Oh. And what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna come down probably like 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch on each one, I think is what the math would be, and keep cutting them out. So first one's gonna be 16, and then the next one's gonna be 15.5, and 15, then 14.5, 14, you get the gist. Keep cutting all those pieces, and we're gonna end up drilling the holes through the middle, putting them on there. Alright guys, so now that we got all of our pieces cut out, the reason why we went 1/2 inch under every time is so we just had 1/4 inch of a overlay on our pieces. So next thing to do is we got to go through and drill through the exact center of all of these with our 1/2 inch bit. So we're going to go ahead and get on that and probably give you a little montage of that too, just like the cutting and everything. And let's get to it. Alright guys, so we went ahead and tested it out, make sure everything was going good, which it is. This is why you do that half cut, so it leaves that right there. But we went ahead and put a couple on there. We're going to continue to drill out the holes and placing them on there.
Let Pete to the puzzle.
Booyah. Alright guys, so now that we got all of our pieces on there, the first thing we're going to do is cut off this excess about right here. I'm going to do that with a handsaw. Alright guys, so now that our tree is complete with the build, I'm going to show y'all what you do with it. So what you do is you fan it out. So we're going to start fanning it out. That's her nice and fanned out. That's what she's looking like. I think we're going to play around with it. I think there's like, you know, obviously you can fan it out more or less. We're going to play around with it and see exactly what we like. But that's what we're going for right there. We're going to mess around with it and we'll come back right with you. Alright guys, so we got our tree nice and fanned out now, how it should be. And everything is looking good. So that's going to complete this video guys of easy Christmas builds that you can do with scrap wood. This is the only build really that you needed some stuff from Lowe's, right? I did get these little thin pieces right here from Lowe's. They were like $2.87. I'm pretty sure that's in the video of me going to Lowe's. So these did come from Lowe's, but everything else I had laying around. So these are just 4 easy, simple, little fun projects you can do with friends and family. And like I said, I mean, I know they look rough because, you know, we ain't paint them or nothing, but when you do them, feel free to paint them. Go as crazy as you want to with them, you know? So have fun with it. Paint your snowman up, paint your sleigh up. Do the tree if you want to, wrap lights around it. Big guy over here obviously needs some loving, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, like I said, 4 simple, easy projects for Christmas. Appreciate everybody for tuning in this video. If you like what we do here, smash that sub button, click that notification bell, and we're gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.